Hi everyone, meteorologist Ed Valley here. Long range video for you today. It's Thursday, October 28th. Quick note, this will be our last ag centric video for the week. Our Friday long range is going to be focused on the winter forecast. So I encourage you to make sure you check that out, even if you don't have as much interest in the winter. I think we're going to have a really good presentation here, about 10 minutes or so. That'll be pretty valuable if you have any interest at all in the winter season. So with that said, a lot of rain still falling in the Midwest and now into Illinois and parts of Indiana and Kentucky, and it'll slowly spread northward here through the afternoon. And total rain, pretty impressive last 24 hours, anywhere from a quarter to as much as about 2 inches in some of these heavier bursts. Areas that still need moisture, right? So it's not a bad thing that this is occurring. It's just a tough time of the year with harvest obviously underway. Now, as we move forward through this weekend, we are going to deal with more rain today and tomorrow in the eastern belt, and even into early Saturday could have lingering rain. Total additional rainfall from this looks like this. It's a half to an inch and a half. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, most of Kentucky, southeastern parts of Iowa, most of Missouri, and far eastern Kansas as well. Also a tenth to a half an inch up in Minnesota, parts of northern Iowa, and parts of southwestern Wisconsin. So still pretty decent moisture left to come. And the good news here is once that's out of here, the pattern is reverting a lot drier. We mentioned yesterday about how the Euro was a little bullish on a rain-snow thing next week. There still is an opportunity for something, but it's not nearly as robust as what that model was showing. So Monday, a couple stray rain or snow showers in Nebraska and Kansas. Those glide along I-70 overnight Monday night and sets us up for a dry Tuesday. But we're watching Wednesday. This system down in the southern plains could kind of round the base of this trough and provide some rain, maybe even a little bit of rain and snow along and south of I-70 here in the eastern belt towards Thursday of next week, so a week from today. Plenty of time to worry about that. You see the GFS here also has something Wednesday, Thursday to the south. Again, it's mostly rain. Temperatures with this system are in the 40s and upper 30s, but a few snowflakes certainly can't be ruled out Wednesday, Thursday of next week. So you look at the precip between now and then, and most of this is coming here today and tomorrow, right? So if you look at this 72-hour precip from Monday through Thursday, you'll notice pretty much everything is south of I-70. North of I-70, a couple stray opportunities, but most of this will be south of I-70. And if you do the same thing on the European, you see the same result, right? You add the 96-hour in there. That does include, let me actually pull up the most recent run. There it goes. So the 96-hour, that's basically Monday through Thursday or Sunday through Thursday of next week. And you see the southern plains, moisture, but then not a lot across the ag belt here in the weeks to come. And again, it is going to get much colder as this pattern progresses. So that's another thing to discuss here. So today we're in the 40s and 50s. Same thing tomorrow. Same thing on Saturday, though no Saturday it's going to be warmer to the south. But then the cold front's going to arrive here Sunday into Monday. 40s and 50s Sunday, even colder still on Monday and Tuesday. Look at these for high temperatures. Tuesday the 2nd. 30s and 40s north, 40s to near 50s south. Low temperatures around this time. Hard freeze. Most of the central and northern belt. Frosty as far south as Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And that will kind of spread southward on Wednesday. Look at this. Wednesday, a freeze for pretty much the entire ag belt. Same thing Thursday and Friday. So a cold air mass finally making its way in with temperatures still in the 40s by Friday. And as you head into the weekend and early next week, the 7th, 8th of November, we are going to rebound a little bit, but this pattern is pretty chilly for the next 10 days. So as we look at kind of the pattern as a whole, the driver for this is the MJO for sure. By day 5, you can see this ridging in the higher latitudes, both in Greenland and in Western North America. That's what's leading to this shot of cooler air. And by day 7, you can see that really amplified pattern being driven by that Western North America ridge, driving that cooler air down south. And by day 10, it's starting to get out of here. It's a very up and down pattern. And by day 15, the thing that sticks out to me is it's blue in Alaska, but it's not blue. It's actually orange in southeast Canada. So to me, this is a loading pattern. There will be a warm up in mid-November. I'm pretty confident in that. You see the day 15 temperatures here. It's above normal on pretty much all data, right? So to me, this stands as a brief cold shot, but I am concerned that if you look at this pattern, this does typically translate to additional blocking down the road, maybe the end of November. So I'm not concerned about this being a torch of a month. I think we're going to see multiple opportunities for cooler weather compared to October, which was a pretty darn warm month, right? So looking at the next 14 days just as they are, we're leaning colder on all of our data, okay? Now, precipitation-wise, I think there is room for some dry risk, especially in the upper Midwest, northern plains, parts of the Great Lakes, because think about it. You have this pattern that really kind of looks like this. So it's going to drive that storm track to the south and then up the East Coast. That's a telltale sign. So there's going to still be stuff coming into the West Coast, so there is going to be opportunity. But again, how this pattern positions itself is important, because if you got a pattern like this, even if you get a storm coming into the west, it's going to get sunk to the south because of this big trough. So still stuff we have to iron out for the beginning of November, but it definitely looks colder and drier to the north especially, okay? Now, the MJO, like I said, is forcing this pattern. Phase 1 coming up here to end the month, but it looks like we may press into phase 2 for a time in early November. Now, I want to show you the difference between phase 1 with a La Nina and phase 1 with El Nino. And I say that because look at our angular momentum. This is a quick and dirty way of knowing if it's a La Nina-like background state or El Nino. Positive, El Nino. I'm trying to draw an E. Negative, La Nina. Notice we're in La Nina. We have been for a few days, but we're headed positive, right? So what does that mean? Well, phase 1 in a La Nina regime has the cold in the northern plains, some intrusion at times, still warm east. That should look familiar, because that is exactly what's going to be happening here in early November. But if you look at phase 1 with El Nino-like traits, the cold becomes more expansive, and as that occurs, the El Nino-like state, that's exactly what the pattern tries to do here as we head into week 2. You see that? The coldest air is in the central and eastern U.S., and that's exactly what we see here on our phase 1 composite, right? So there's support here for cold lingering. Now, if we head into phase 2, the MJO suggests that it could stay cooler. But if we get into phase 3, that is a warmer look. So plenty of things to kind of iron out here, but the cold risk coming up here for the first part of November is legitimate, and we'll keep you updated as we get closer, including a 16 to 30-day outlook here as we get into tomorrow morning. That will take us through pretty much the entire month of November. So have a great rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow with that and much more. Again, we will be mainly talking about the winter forecast, but we will include a little 16 to 30 at the beginning. So have a great day. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.